Okay, everybody. Hi, it's Kathy Cervecco with VoiceOver Web Design. How are you today? Hopefully you're here to learn a little bit about demo players. Let me go ahead and show myself. Hello. Um, how are you? I do have a chat box open, but because of with technology, I can't really see it at the same time I am broadcasting. So I'm going to refresh one more time. Let me just take a look here and see. Drop your name in. I'd love for you, by the way, if you do make a comment, there's a little area at the bottom of the chat where it says set name. You can just set a temporary name in there just so I know who you are. Otherwise, it comes out anonymous and some number, and I don't know who I'm talking to. But I'd love to have you leave comments and questions, say hi, let me know you're there in the chat. That would be great. I'm also going to be monitoring this on my phone, which I'm going to bring up right now because make sure I refresh it. Sometimes when I share things, like do a screen share with something on through Google Hangouts, it doesn't actually show it. So I go on talking to you guys about things that you're not actually seeing. So that's a little frustrating. Anyway, I'm glad to be here. And again, please, just drop a comment. Let me know you're here. Say hi. We are going to learn about demo players today. I was going to take a different angle on it originally, but there I am. I couldn't see myself. But I went to VoiceOver Atlanta last weekend and learned a lot more about VoiceZam. And then I started looking at other players. And so now this is really going to be more of a comparison of the players, not only the players that I've used, but the players that are out there that are most popular, especially with regard to voiceovers, because there are a lot of audio players out there. But they are geared toward music, podcasting, that kind of thing. And that's not what you guys are doing. So it's a little different animal, isn't it? Make sure my volume turned down, otherwise I'm going to hear myself. Okay. Yay. So hopefully you have your coffee and, you're just going to check it out. Some of the stuff you're going to know already. And it's just me sharing with you the stuff that I've used on websites. I've used some free plugins. And I've even used, in the older days, I've used just like some crazy JavaScript to get players. Knowing all along that VoiceZam exists, because it's been around since 2002, I guess is when he first created it. And by he, I mean Bob Merkel. But, a lot of people want to stay away from another monthly fee and whatever. But as I am growing in my understanding of this stuff, and there is a lot to it, I am so convinced that VoiceZam, and I have no affiliate with this, I make no money on this whatsoever, but I just am feeling like VoiceZam is by far the easiest and the best marketing tool for the voiceover. So I'm going to cover that one first, but I am going to cover others because you don't have to do what I say. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to cover first the premium options that I see as viable options for you guys that are out there. Premium meaning you pay for them. And then there's a couple of freebies that you can get that are more popular as free than as premium, but some of the freebies have upgrades as well. But I think with the free version, I mean, if you're going to use that tool, the free version is probably the way to go. Anyway, we'll go through all that, and I'm just going to bring up their websites and kind of talk about them a little bit and show you some of the examples of the ones that I've come across. And I would be A-okay if you guys ever wanted to tell me of other ones. Hey there, guys. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Donna. VoPro or VoPro. Good audio control. Yay. And yeah, VoiceZam is great. if you want the data, but if you don't use it, you don't need the monthly fee. Well, okay, you know, and there's something to that, right? If you're not monitoring the statistics of how often your audio is played and that kind of thing, then maybe it's overkill for you, but you don't actually, that's actually an add-on. So we're going to go over that a little bit, but I'm glad to have you guys here and welcome any replay viewers who are watching this after we're done. This will be available on YouTube. And my YouTube channel is Kathy Cervetka, all one word. All righty, so let us dig into it. Screen share. Sorry, first it's going to be a lot of what? That's the wrong one, sorry. Infinity and beyond. That's just to make sure that you guys are awake. What the heck is going on? Hold on. Hold on, hold on. I have another browser window. Oh, I know why. It's the same one I started with. There. We've already been here. Obviously, this is my webinar. And basically what I've done here is set up tabs in order of what I want to present to you. So that you don't need to see, that you don't need to see. VoiceZam. I am going to start out, like I said, with the premiums, and then I'm going to go to the freebies. I'm going to go in each category in order of my preference. So obviously I just kind of raved about VoiceZam, but let's talk about a couple things with it. And actually, to start off, every player that I show you today has the smart start and stop, meaning that if you have one track playing and you want to click on another track to play, the first one shuts off. Now, some players that are out there don't do that, so you could end up with 3 tracks playing at the same time, which nobody wants that. So all of these have the smart start and stop. All of them have some degree of customizing of their appearance. They call it skinning. Some of them it's not true skinning, but it's just coloring, changing the colors to match your website. So they all have that, some form of that or adjustment of features where you can either hide or include certain features. And all of them are done in HTML5, which for you just means they're not Flash, which means they will work on all devices, especially on the iPhone and the iPads, that kind of thing. A lot of times these players were Flash players, and they would not work on any of the stuff, iPhone, iPad. But everything's been converted over. Everything I'm showing you today has been converted over, so they're all HTML5. I think some of them incorporate a little bit of Flash if it recognizes that whatever you're viewing on can handle it. But some of them say that, but still when I check them, they seem like they're all using HTML5. So just suffice it to say it's going to work wherever somebody views it. So all those things, smart start and stop, some degree of customization of the appearance, and they all work on all devices. Yay. We need that. That's a good thing. So the first one I'm going to talk about, obviously, is VoiceZam. And I think a lot of us are familiar with the look of this player. This is a product that has been around since about 2002. And I met Bob Merkel at the VO Atlanta last weekend, but of course I've known about him for years. I've known about this player for years. One of the reasons I think I steered clear of it in the beginning was that it was a Flash player and that it was a premium player. And anytime I was adding audio, I had clients who didn't want to pay a monthly fee. And I get that. I totally understand when you're thinking even $5 a month is like just beyond me right now. I'm that tight. I'm that tight with money. Not that I am that much of a tight wad, but my money is just that slim pickings. But I want to talk to you guys, and this will be before we move on. You are running a business. I'm sorry, this will be my lecture part. So I'm a teacher, so I have a tendency to do that. You are a business, and you need to look at yourself as such. You are not a freelancer. Okay. This is not just your sort of sometime part-time job. For most of you, you're a business, and therefore you have to think of yourself as such. You have to elevate. And I hate to use the word from last weekend so much, but I actually use that word anyway. You have to elevate yourself out of this thinking that, I'm just this person kind of dipping my toe in the water, or I'm just this person that's kind of trying to kick it off, and I'm nickel and diming it. You have to look at yourself. I took a class and they said, you are the CEO of your company. What if you looked at yourself as the CEO of your voiceover company, and you start putting yourself up there, and the web makes it super easy for you to look on par with the top professionals. Now, you may have only just started in the business, but if you get, and I'm not just saying for me, but for whoever you talk to, a professional website with a professional player that's not going to hiccup when an agent or a casting director tries to play it, you're up there with the big guys as far as they know. If your demo's all there and it's professional and it's quality sound, and your website looks on par with anybody else's, and your player works really well, you're in line for jobs just like anyone else then, really. So I'm just encouraging you that I know this costs some money, but with the business comes a marketing budget. Okay. Now, I know you have spent your money on your demos and your coaching and your equipment, your studio, blah, blah, blah. I get that. I do. I really do. Because I know you spent thousands on that stuff. And now you're like, ugh, I don't want to spend anymore. But this is your marketing budget. And if you think about VoiceZam's basic package is, let me look it up here. I think it's $8.95 a month. It is the basic player, which is actually more than just basic, is $8.95 a month. So times 12. I can't do that. Somewhere under $100 for the year. That's one just okay gig. One just okay gig will cover that. And then what else? What if it helps you get other gigs? Isn't it worth it? So that's again, I want to just tell you, I met Bob Merkel, yes, but we haven't even discussed any business dealings together or anything. I am just telling you, this is how impressed I am with this product. All right, so we're looking at this, and actually these players are live. So in case you're not familiar, close you aren't. Look at how fast that was. It's smart. Boom, 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 close you are to death. Boom. Okay. And it started and stopped that quickly. And I have to tell you, my connection here is not so great. That was super fast. And here's another smart thing. Look at this, show contacts. When you click on that, you got whoever your agents are, whoever you're connected with that would be in between you and the client. You can add here. Well, you can add yourself here, like he did, Bill Ratner Direct. And you just click on it and there's the information. I mean, how cool is this? And this comes with the basic player. So that again is something very specific to voiceovers that you won't find in other players. So the things that VoiceZam will do for you, you host your audio on their website. Okay, that's important, because when a website such as this is set up to serve audio, and I mean serve as in that's like a web verb, because it has to serve the audio out. And if hosting or let's just say a server out there in the internet is not set up to serve audio, your audio can come out, it could be very choppy. It won't play as quickly. It might stop in the middle while it caches. I think maybe we've all had that experience where all of a sudden, and this can happen with video too, video or audio, where it just stops and it's caching. And it's very frustrating. This doesn't do that. And whenever you host with on your audio on a server that is meant to handle audio or video, then that's what you want to do, because it's going to come out and present itself a lot better. So these guys, you host all your audio, not your video, but you host all your audio on their servers in the cloud. The cloud just means servers. But sometimes they have several different servers, so that's kind of why it's called cloud. You set up an account, you upload your demos, you can organize them by category, so narration, animation, commercial, whatever, and then you create your players. And it's all kind of drag and drop. It's you know, everything has a little bit of the learning curve, but this one's pretty simple. And then you can tell it what colors you want it to be. And obviously that's great. You can match it to the look of your website. Let's see. So, I forgot to bring this one up. Features. I wanted to go to, there was a little diagram. Look at all these little demos here. Perfect playback. Hold on. I had this set up and then I didn't. It had a little diagram. Let me see if I can get it. No, you're not going to get it through. Here's the pricing plan. Now, granted, I think this could be set up a little bit better, but the basic service is $8.95. For that basic service, you get the high-speed demo player, choose your own skin, which means the style and the colors. You can change the tracks. This is a cool thing. You can change the track on the fly. Like if you know somebody's coming to look at your demo and you really quick want to pull something off you don't want them to hear, or you just created something you really quick want to put it on there, make it the first play. You can do that right away on your VoiceZam account. And if you have it hopefully on your website, which is sort of the point of all of this, you can put it into your website as well. It's automatically updated on your website as well. So you just change it one place, super easy, and it updates your website. You also have a page within VoiceZam where you can send people as well. But if you have a website, honestly, I would say send them to your website because that's where you want everybody to go ultimately. It's non-linear. That's their big thing. It's like a jukebox player, which we were just looking at, where it lists all the different tracks. So you can have several different players, or you can even have one player and say, click to play narration, and all your narrations will list out, or click to play commercial, and all the commercial demos will list out. So that's really smart and wonderful. You can send links. Trying to get this, send emails with links to your audio. It's sort of an auto thing, but they actually have something even more intelligent called Straight Shot. Hello, open up. In Straight Shot, if you use their email program, it actually puts buttons with your categories into the email so that when the viewer says, oh, I want to check out your commercial, it'll still just take the viewer to your website, but it'll take them directly to specifically your commercial demo and start playing. So that's pretty cool. It's a $2.95 add-on. The statistical aspect is a $4.95 add-on, and it gives you everything. The benefit of that is if you want to see who's playing your demos, how often your demos are getting played, and which ones aren't being touched very much. You can use those statistics to figure out, which ones you need to leave in there because they seem to be doing really well, and maybe which ones are not being played for the full length because you can see how long they were played. That's probably the most helpful because they'll turn one on and go, ugh, and click away from it. But maybe the one they really like, they're going to stay on the most and it's going to get the most plays. So you can sort of weed out the weeds and put in some other stuff that you think is going to be good. So, it's an a la carte thing, and that's actually part of my pros here is that in the pros and cons, it is a la carte. Here's the base price, $8.95, and you get a lot for it. You could just live with that. Okay. But if you want to do the statistics, it's $4.95 a month additional. Again, it's optional. So it's a la carte. Do you want it or not? The email, that's straight shot functionality, $2.95 a month. Maybe you don't want that. If you have videos, you can put videos into your player as well. And they don't host the videos. You have your videos up on your YouTube channel or your Vimeo, and you can have those source into the player, and VideoZam can handle that. So that's $4.95 a month extra. But if you don't have any videos, you don't need this. But if you do, what an awesome thing. It functions the same way as the audio. It pops open, play the video right here. I can tell just by looking at this that it's a YouTube with some of these things on here. But the important part is not necessarily that they see the video, but that they hear you in the video. And there's even explanation as to how to insert the video so that it starts playing at just the right spot for the voiceover. So you don't even, they don't have to start listening to the entire commercial before they get to your part. You can say start here where you're speaking for your part as the narrator, and that's all it plays. Now, I think that's really cool. So that's $4.95 a month. Again, they offer tutorials, and then there's some other things. This is like if you want to have them do it, they'll charge per demo and they'll set it up for you. Zamfusion, send your files to anyone. So you can send your files actually packed up to somebody, producers whoever wants to hear it. You can actually send them the files. However, I will say, as I close these up, so we get a smaller window. Boom. The player allows you to download. I wish I had, we were just at pricing. I wish I could remember where I saw that, and I had the link. If I type it in, it's hairy and long. But you can download any of these. You can download, as a viewer, you can download one track, or you can download the entire demo. You can see a little button there, maybe. Comes with the player. So anybody watching can download either the entire thing or just a piece of it. So, and this is an example of skinning where, they applied, this is Bob Sauer, he applied coloring that matched his website. And, as you can see from a lot of this stuff. I'm really sorry I don't have the other page. It had a nice listing of all the, here it is. I'm going to grow that a little bit, or it won't let me. There. Hopefully you just saw it get bigger. I'm watching on my phone as well, and so I'm a little bit behind here. Okay. So this kind of gives you a listing of some of the elements of the player. You get your professional name up there, the demo category. Notice you have a down arrow here, so you can have several different categories. And when you load the new category, the tracks for that category change out down here. Here's the individual tracks. You can play, stop. You can click from one to the next, and it stops the other and starts the new. You have the contacts like I showed you. They can download the entire demo or just download the one read. And they make it easy to connect with social media as well. In this case, there's a like button. So there's some super cool things there. So the pros of this are that it is mobile friendly. It does work on the phone. It's very fast on the iPhone. I was playing with it, testing it out. Very fast. Playing starts immediately as soon as you click on the iPhone. It's very easy to embed into your website. It does offer you a block of code, and that might seem really scary right there to some people, but all you do is copy and paste that, and they give you instructions exactly how to do it. I know a lot of people have done it who are not techie. So you just take that copy of code that they give you, copy it to the clipboard, and then you go into the file wherever they tell you. I'm not sure if it's in the body or the head. They tell you to just put it, or you put it wherever you want it to appear probably, and you just paste it. And now you're connected. Because of that code, there's total connection between your website and your VoiceZam account. So that's how, if you update a track, it automatically updates it on the website. So that's really wonderful, easy to use. Unlimited demos and unlimited players. Okay, that's a big one, because I think this, as far as premiums, I think this is the only one that offers that with their base plan. Okay, so that's something to think about there. Plays video and audio. I meant to emphasis the other way around. It's audio and video. Not many other players. In fact, I don't even think any of my other players that I show you will play video. Yeah, this is the only one that will play video, especially right within the same type of player. So that's a huge thing too. It's really a way to pull everything together in one place. They host your audio. That's huge. Rather than you uploading your own audio to your own server, which can be fine. If you only have a couple tracks, that's not a problem. Really, the caching won't be an issue. Okay. But if you start, like, even looking at this example, there's a lot of stuff going on here. And if you start having, like, I've got commercial and several here, and then I've got narration and several others, then you run into problems, and your host company probably won't like it either. And they'll want to charge you more money, because as we know, these audio files are really big, take up a lot of space. Now, they do not host your video. You host your video, you put it up on your Vimeo or your YouTube, but you can source it in then. So they pull it in from those websites and play it in the same player. So that's super awesome. The viewers can download your entire demo or just one track. They offer really good stats, especially you get some stats with the basic plan, like how often things have been played, I think, a couple other things. But if you get the Zamtastic, you can learn the number of plays, who listened to it, when they listened to it, how long was it listened to, that kind of thing. They make it easy for you to share this socially, which is important. So you can get it on your Facebook or your Twitter. Plays the demos at CD quality. That's really important. There's no degradation from your original demo to what the player plays. Now, we can't affect what the listener, what are their speakers, what is their computer setup, but it's putting out the quality sound. So that's awesome. All right. The cons of using this is that you can't remove the logo. It's always there. On the one hand, I kind of understand it, but on the other hand, most products on the web now, if you pay a premium price, you can get the logo removed. So that's the one thing that I think is a little odd. And they don't offer a free version. I think they might offer a trial, but then at the end of the trial, it's done. Most other players have a premium and a free option. This one doesn't have a free option. So that would be the other con of that. So there, let me just flip over and see if I can see what I can see. I can't see anything. All right. I'm going to keep moving on here. If you guys feel free to add your comments and your questions, and I'll get to them after this. I'm definitely going to be taking questions so that we can, go back and kind of rehash some of this. And I'm sure you have comments. If you think I've missed something, or you have other stuff you want to add in, that's great. I have unshed. I didn't mean to do that. Back we go. Not that you don't want to see my smiling face, but you don't need to see me drinking coffee. Did it go back yet? It will. Okay. Next, Pod Snack. I never even heard of this until I actually started researching it, you guys. So, yes, I have not used this one, but it's pretty cool. I did dig through it and research it and play around with it, and looked at all their plans and everything. It says Pod Snack, but so you think podcast, which obviously it would be good for that as well, but it's really built originally for music. And that's the truth of all the other players I'm going to play for you, or pretty much most of them were initially set up to play some kind of music because that's the type of audio most people share. But you being voiceovers, this is not the case. But I don't think it matters. You got the same kind of jukebox setup, right? You can have imagery that you can put in there to go with each track. It's I'm gonna start playing a little here. Little, I think this, yeah, just a little bit of a hang up there, or else it starts out silent. I'm not really sure. Still pretty quick all in all, right? I have a feeling because it's music, there may have been some dead sound in the front end of the recording. You can have 3 different kinds of players with this one. You can have the full jukebox. You can have, there's a smaller player and there's a linear player with this, but the jukebox would really be the way to go for you. You add your songs. I'm sorry. So I'm looking at songs. You add your demos. You add your demos. You can add imagery for each demo if you want, or just one image for all, or just no images at all. It's up to you. You can customize the player. There are other examples here of different colors. Here's where you can see the little mini players in the progress bars. I would never go with the mini player that doesn't at least expand. Now, I don't really like the coloring of this, but they're just showing you that you can do different things with it. And there's also like this kind of stuff you wouldn't need, but then you just would turn it off and you wouldn't have it. But you've got the volume control, play button, and then they can just flip around again with the individual tracks. So you upload your audio, you customize the player, and then you publish it. And also easily embedded into your website. It can also be downloaded. The audios can be downloaded, so that's cool. But download only comes with, again, I'm showing you this as a premium version. They do have, see, we have Go Premium. If we can get a comparison chart here. They have the free version, but I wouldn't recommend it, but it could be good just to check it out to see if you like it. So you do have a limit, unlimited number of playlists. No, you can only have 5 playlists for the free version. You have a watermark you can't remove, which is, not a really big deal for player. And the number of songs per playlist. So you can have 5 playlists with 5 demos, 5 different demo recordings, and each file size can only be up to 5. So the free is pretty limited. So their Pod Lite, Pod Snack, gives you plenty of space, plenty of file size, and all of its high quality sound. They actually, let's see, I have it written down here somewhere. They play the sound at whatever you recorded it, at the bit rate you recorded it, I think is what they say. Let's see. So you get plenty with the Pod Lite for $5 a month, billed yearly. So 5 times 12. Don't make me do math. I know that's an easy one. Do it in your own head. So this would, if you were going to use this product or check it out, you could check it out for free, decide if you like it. If you like it, then go for the $5 a month, because you're going to need it. You will easily outgrow this ultimately and forget you don't need these. But it's a pretty good deal. The paid version, obviously, you get the logo removed, so that's a pro. It's high. I'm going through pros now. It's high quality, no compressions. They host the audio, so same thing as VoiceAm. These guys will host the audio for you. You have a player and a playlist, which you can embed into your website. You can match the colors to your website. You can easily update the demos. Same thing. You upload and download them on in your account inside Podsnack. And as you do that, it automatically updates whatever's on your website. So that's nice. Easy social media sharing. You do get the option of the free version with this one, so you can try it out. And for the Pod Lite, because I was trying to figure out what this meant and I had to look through for a while, you get up to 20 megabytes for each file. That's more than enough. That's plenty. And it allows 100 individual audio files. So 100 files up to 20 megabytes each. Yeah, that's great. That's about as much as you'll need. The cons of this player is that it might be a little slow when jumping around, like I was showing you in that one example. I don't need to go back. I'll have to hit a few things here. But that might have been because there was some dead sound at the beginning because these were songs. So I don't know. Otherwise, as I was flipping through them, it seemed like see, I think some of them just had dead sound. So that's pretty quick. And again, that's over my internet, which is not super great. You'd think it would be for me, a web designer, but I need to upgrade. Viewers cannot download. I don't know if I think I said they could download, but I don't think you can download it. There is no download button. Let me see with the premium here. Let's go back. What options do we have? We get stats with all of that. Social sharing, everything's HTML5, so that's super cool. You can embed it easily. Download. Oh, here. You can download with the paid version. You don't offer downloads of your tracks with the free version. So that's fine. For the paid version, you can download, so that's good. Doesn't play video though. No video. So that could be a problem if you have narrative video that you want to put on there, especially commercials and industrial stuff like that you want to put up there. And it does offer stats, but the stats don't look quite as involved as if you got Zamtastics, right? Zamtastics statistics. So that's Podsnack. Podsnack. Worth checking out. Again, just wherever it says music, you replace that word with demo. Then we go on to SoundCloud. We're all familiar with SoundCloud, probably. Some of us, most of us. SoundCloud has free and premium. The free is pretty good for just starting out. I also noticed, and maybe you guys have already known this, but they now have sort of separated out regular SoundCloud and then on SoundCloud. Notice if you can see up here in the web address, it's on.soundcloud.com. And if you just go to soundcloud.com, you end up with a little more of a, I was going to say commercial, but that's not really it. It's more of like you can find music to play there. You can set your account up there, but this is really where you want to go to create your account. And it's good in both places, but this is what you're really looking for because you are going to be creating content to put up there. The other at soundcloud.com, it's more like you're looking for music to listen to or download or set up playlists that way. So with SoundCloud, They claim to be the world's leading social sound platform. Well, that could be true. I mean, I no way to check that, but it has been around for quite a while, and I know a lot of voiceovers have used this product because it's a good product. It's been around a long time. It's solid, plays immediately. Um, you also get, when you set up your account, you get a page of demos on your account, just like you do on the other two. And you can also install it into your website or embed it in your website. The fun part with this one is for WordPress, there is a plugin. And so you can, once you set your account up with your SoundCloud, you can just go to your WordPress website and load the plugin for SoundCloud and very, very easily insert your audios wherever you want to. So that's really fun. They host and play the audio. It all comes, again, from their server, not from your own website server. So you know that it's going to play quickly, solidly. There's not going to be any hiccups. Also provides easy social sharing. And they also give, for their pro version, now they have a free version and a pro version. I'm really more into the pro version at this point. The free is good if you just want to try it and see how it works, but the pro version gets you a lot more. So let's see what's here. Well, here's a little bit of they have a premiere. I'm never telling you guys about the top level stuff because I don't know that you'll ever need that much of it. That's really more for music. You really have huge files. But the free, you get 3 hours of upload time, social tools, and basic stats. In the pro version, you get more upload time. I think it's 60. They go by file size. I think it's 60 megabytes rather than time. Extensive stats and tools, which you may or may not want to dig into yet. I suggest whatever you get, if stats come with it, you should be checking those stats because you want to see what people are doing. And then some enhanced social features. So if I go to the Get Pro, just to see what they say here, $7 a month or $63. If you pay by the year, it's $63 a year for their pro version. Double, they're saying double from the free version. So I do believe it's 60 megabytes. You get more stats, pin tracks and playlists to the top of your profile with a spotlight. So that's on their webpage. So you can, create a page that's got all your information on it. I had one for Terry Daniel, but I didn't, in case you guys know Terry Daniel. He's got a whole page of demos on his SoundCloud account page. And then he also has it embedded, I saved this, into this is what an embedded player looks like in his web page. So you can put up an image. He picked that one. You put in, here's his website. Although actually this is a link. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a link to his SoundCloud page. And then whatever text you wanted to put with this, it starts playing. My name is Terry Daniel, immediately.
Welcome to my voiceover training page.
Okay, and you can actor, but I also love each one of these bars. Each one of these bars represents a location within the play, so that if I go here, look at how I can jump.
There are no
and you can just go back one little bar by bar,
and they will tell you to work with a copy.
Or you can go back to the very beginning.
To my voiceover training page. I am a full-time.
It shows you how much is played and how much is left to play. Obviously, this is another one where I don't think you can remove the SoundCloud logo, but it's so funny because they have such a unique look. Everybody knows it's SoundCloud anyway. So it's super cool because the other thing is, if you can set it up where people can leave comments, like, oh, I really like what you did here, so I'm going to click here and I can leave a comment right at this point in your recording. And you'll see little icons where people left comments. So that's a really cool feature. Again, he doesn't have it set up here, but you can do that. And I know he has it on his actual SoundCloud page. So I think that's a super cool feature. You get deeper stats. Here's where it's 6 hours. I was saying 60 megabytes. I might be mixing them up by now. 6 hours you get. The free version, I think, then must be 3 hours. So you get 6 hours of playtime, plenty, right? Plenty. You can pin tracks in your playlist so they stay at the top. Obviously, more statistics if you're interested. And let's see what else I have here about it. Listeners can leave comments. Offers the free version. The cons may have a slight delay in play starting, but you know what? I didn't see that. I disagree. I made that comment last night and I disagree with it. What the heck? I think it's very fast, actually. There's no jukebox style player. So we only get the player looking like we just saw. Okay, it's linear. I'll go back to Terry's. It's linear, but it's pretty easy to, jump to a spot exactly where not only can you jump to a spot.
I'm voice actor.
What's up?
I also love mentoring new talents without learning.
There you go.
Professional voice.
Oh, I thought it would give you the time. I was going to say, and it gives you the time, but you can see exactly where you are in the audio. So it's, as far as a linear player, it's not bad. And of course, you can have just several of them. You can have your whole demo page, and people can click through them. And no video. Doesn't offer any video. So again, the only one that's offering video and audio is the Voice Zam. Woo! All right, coffee coming. Coffee break. Okay. Now we're on to, I soften my voice up a little. Free players in order of my preference. Now, these free players also offer premium. However, I've used them for free, and I think I wouldn't necessarily, if I was going to spend money, I don't think I would necessarily pay for the premium version of these. I would use these as free. And if you are ready to start paying money, I would go to Voice Zam. That would be my number one choice for pay. Or at least, I really like the jukebox style. Let's go to this one here. So Pod Snack, you get that jukebox layout, which is cool. You can have several of them on a page or on different pages. I do like that. All of these are excellent. So that's why I'm showing them to you, because they are good. Now, this is a free one called the Amazing Audio Player. It's amazing. It's an HTML5 player. I've used this one on and off over the years, and you used to have to only kind of dig into the JavaScript and get the code set up and copy and paste. It was a little more hairy than it is now. And in fact, does this one have? No, this one does not. Yes, it does. Plugin. It has a WordPress plugin. So if you use WordPress, you can get the Amazing Audio Player plugin, and you don't even have to set up an account anywhere else. You just get the plugin. And the reason being, you are going to host your own audio. In other words, you're going to upload your audio to your own website host account. Now, if you only have a few demos, and they're not very long, and your files aren't very big, this is not a problem. But if you have more than even is listed here, and these are all at 2 minutes something, is this a live player? Yes. Okay, very quick. Again, smart play, smart start and stop. Very quick playing. You have all the controls here in front of you. You can control the volume, as most players have volume control here, as well as on your own computer. You obviously can change out the imagery or choose not to have imagery. You can put your name there. You can put the name of the demo. You could have different jukeboxes for each category. But again, you're hosting your own audio. So there's that. It also offers the linear player as well. These are actually all of these come with the plugin. You can set it up to be any one of these, have any one of these looks. And if you can style, if you know how to get into CSS, you can change the coloring. That's the other thing too. Changing the skin of it, the colors to match your website, unless you know how to dig into the code, um, you can't really do that. The only thing you can do, it gives you a few options, light or dark, and you can put your text in there and your photos. I want to take a look at this player because I didn't look at this one before. So this one's kind of interesting. It's a linear player. It's a linear player, right? The kind we're used to, but also sort of a jukebox type of thing. It's just different. Now the width of these, look at how wide that is. You can set that width. It's only has to be as wide as you want it to be. So this one is really great as a free plugin. Let's see, they offer, I don't even think they offer premium. Oh no. Okay, sorry, take that back. This is the only one. This, of all the players I'm showing you, this is the only one that offers you a one-time buyout of $69. You can buy it, own it, no monthly fees. Okay, $69 one time. So that is kind of appealing. But again, you know, you have to be willing and be able to kind of, you know, copy and paste the code. I take that back. It's a WordPress plugin. It used to have to copy and paste it. So you use the WordPress plugin to insert it. The real downside of this really is that you have to host the sound files on your own website host. The free version is great for starting, but they only allow 3 audio files for the free version. So actually I feel like I put more than that in there for free. I bet you get away with it. But if you want to do more than that, you really want to make this your player and you're happy with these looks for the most part. And if you know some code, you can get in there and mess around with it. You can have as many of these as you want. They're smart. Again, if you start playing one, the other one stops. So the cons of it are that you host your own audio. There's no video. Okay, there's no video with this one. The free version only allows 3 demos. The free version has a logo, though there are ways to get around that in this particular one. If you buy it, you don't have the logo either. So that's actually a pro. So that is Amazing Audio Player. Oh, here is the they give you a little video how to set it up. It's pretty nice. I've used this one quite a bit actually. Like I said, in years gone by, it was a little harder to use, but with the plugin, and they've really come a long way with it. So that is, it's made by Wonder Plugin. Sorry. It's made by Wonder Plugin. You don't want to hear my really bad accent. But the player is called the Amazing Audio Player. So they have a bunch of other stuff that they make, sliders and pop-up things and carousels and stuff. But you want the WordPress Audio Player plugin. Boom. Okay. The next one is also one that I've used for quite a while. This website is so busy. They used to have this really techie looking website and it was very unappealing. It just, you know, made it look so difficult because you could just tell a programmer wrote it, put it together. Now they've gone like all crazy with the visuals, and it's a bit much, in my humble opinion. But you can, it's a linear player. Let me get back to my note. I do have notes I'm using here. You can have all the controls. You can see her even from the front picture. It starts out, we're kind of used to seeing this mini player here, and a lot of the other players I've showed you have this little mini, but they stay mini. I don't like that. The nice thing about this one is if you do click on the play button, it slides open unless you tell it not to. You could tell it not to. I think these may not. Yeah. Proving me wrong. Streaming radio. We're going to go to another page that has, better demos of this, but it's a very simple player. Provides all the controls that you need for audio. You can have as many players on a page as you want, and it's also smart, so it recognizes when one starts, one stops. It's easy to use in WordPress. This one has a plugin too, but it also works in any other website. And I think you could probably get any of these to work in other websites. I know a lot of you guys have Wix and Weebly and that stuff, and you know that I work in WordPress. So I tend to focus a lot of my talking on WordPress because I think it's better than some of the other things out there. But this one also has a plugin. And the reason I forgot that is because they didn't for the longest time. I had to just, the olden days, you guys, when you used to have to dig into code just to get anything done or write your own code. Now there's so many things just, plug and play kind of stuff, so to speak. So this one also has a plugin now as well. So that's pretty sweet. Let me go here to their demo area. You can skin it. You can, in other words, change the colors is about it. They have different ways you can display it. And I want to also tell you, it doesn't have to start out small like this. Oh, I'm glad that didn't keep. I'm sorry. I am still here. I'm trying to figure out what happened. That may be an issue with me. It's not playing. I mean, it's playing, but it's not, we're not hearing it. And you guys, don't take that to heart. That's my computer, I bet. I've probably overwhelmed my computer with all these players being open. But what I want to point out here, you do have the download option, so people can download your track. It really does start playing on a dime. This is playing, we're just not hearing it. It does have mute, but I have it on, so it's kind of weird. You can put text in here at the top of the name of the track, whatever it is, and you can set it so it stays open so that even when the page first loads, it's just open like this. And I would suggest that rather than these little minis, because what happens with these minis, what do they have to do? They have to expand. Notice how it did that. Smart. And if they have to expand, they have to have room to expand. So you already have to have it set up where there's space for it to pop over to the right. And that means there's going to be blank area. There it goes. What the heck? Can we jump around? I swear, you guys, it really does play well. I think I just have overwhelmed it. Anyway, this is a great one. It is free. The pros of this is that it has the plugin. It really does work very well. Just take my word for it. You can go and play with it yourself. It is free. Just go to, if you have WordPress, go download the plugin and play around with it yourself, and you'll see it's easy to upload and download files. And it's easy to change the color on. There's no ads and there's no logo. The cons of it is there's no jukebox style player. There's no statistics or anything that come with it. You have to host your own audio, just like the last one, and there's no video. So I want to point out to you at this point that VoiceZam is the only one that offers video and audio together. There's no premium version of this. This is it. You get what you get here. It's free. So That's not bad. It's hard to find things for free these days, you know, that are decent. These free players, these free versions I'm showing you are good players. Notice these other, except for Voice Sam, the other premium versions I showed you do have free versions so you can get your toe wet, but that's really just to try it out. I wouldn't stay with the free on those. I would definitely update up to the premium if you decide you like it. These free ones here, except for, let's see, we got the Wunder plugin. You can buy it. You can just simply buy it out for $70 and one-time fee and have it and like it. And if you can learn how to customize the coloring and you know, dig into the code a little bit, it's not bad. But again, you're hosting your own audio. Hosting your own audio. And that's that. I have one other thing here that I want to show you, and this is sort of a just to mention it kind of thing. I don't know if you've heard of Pat Flynn. He's a famous podcaster and entrepreneur. But since he podcasts so much, he got together with some programmers and made his own player. And it is, if you buy it, if you pay for it, it is a subscription, but if you pay a year at a time, it's only $8 a month. And it's like a jukebox. This whole thing is the player, this whole big box here. So you can put in, obviously, a graphic. That's Pat. Any kind of text you want. You can name the track that's being played. Look at what you can do here. You can switch out the tracks. Let me get it playing. He actually talks about SoundCloud. So see, something's wrong.
Is the best thing you could do is spend time to create your own. Hey, Scott, thank you so much for the question today. I really appreciate this. And this is obviously a very important topic. And being a father to a daughter myself, she's only.
Okay, so he's going to talk about website around kids. He's got a lot of topics he covers, and this is an answering session. That noise in the beginning was his intro. But all that being said, and consider that my computer is kind of tuckered out, these play immediately. You can have as many as you want. So look at this. This is page 1 of 56. He's got a boatload of podcasts here. You can play just the usual stuff. You can have description and social sharing, which is all part of the program. You can download what you're listening to, not the entire thing, but you can download the one demo that's playing currently. Yes, it is made as a podcast player, but it's pretty cool, isn't it? It can be, here's the linear version with just one at a time. Look at the bar. If you've been noticing this bar following my my cursor, there's one up here as well. When I take it out of there, that's where we left off because I clicked over there. So it shows you where you are.
Still, I know where you're coming from with it. Obviously, I want her to have a website.
There you go.
And I would love.
So it shows where you left off. It shows like where your cursor is. So if you want to click there, there's no time, you know, frame time showing on this one. But anyway, it's just a mention. I just wanted to mention it to you guys because it is out there. It is a paid version, but it works really well. And again, a video, I'm not sure on this one. I don't think so. I do not think so, but I'm not sure. It is set up for podcasting, so that would be for sound. But he also does a lot of video vlogging, V-L-O-G, vlogging. So, and he is adding functionality to it on a pretty frequent basis. You'll notice he has this, you can actually speed up the listening.
To film.
It's at 1 times.
Things that, you know, also are cute, but also serve the world in some way if she becomes pro.
In case you're a speed listener.
You know, we're going to share those dance videos, for example. But where's that line? And I think that's a decision that not only I have to have, and my daughter would have to have when she's of age. I think she's going to post her whole example. But
this is half times.
It's also a conversation that
that's very odd. And then one regular.
She's very much part of the process.
So it's kind of a fun thing, but some people were asking for a little bit of a speed up. You know, I guess if you can listen that quickly, 1.5 times would be the only thing that would be useful there. So I'm going to stop sharing now and come back to you. Hi. All right, folks, that was my kind of overview on players and what they can do, what they can't do. You obviously know where I stand as far as what I prefer. But again, I've used several of these. I've used, I told you which ones I did and didn't use. SoundCloud, Wunderplugin, sorry, and the this one's called the MB Mini Audio Player. And I'm getting involved with Voice Zam. I am really starting to push people toward that. So that's where we're at. Now I want to take a look and see if there are, I got to reconnect to my stuff here. Oh, here we go. All right. Oh, I forgot to tell people, and doggone it, it was in the chat box and now it's not there. If you come to, although some people, I was already here. If you ever, for the future, if you ever come to my webinar and you don't see anything, refresh your page because it means I hadn't logged in yet. And if I log in and you've already tried to start, it's not going to just all of a sudden pop me in there. You have to refresh the page, the web page, in order to get the webinar to start. And it looks like a few people might have missed that. I feel very bad. Deb, I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure that VoiceZam is going to get you business. Why are you? I'm not sure what Voice Pro, what does that mean? If you don't have demos on your site, bad for business. Yes, absolutely. As a voiceover, you have to. The main point of the website is to have demos. So you're going to put your demos at the top of your homepage. If you have a ton of demos, you've been around for a long time, that's fine. Still create a demo page and put, you know, a bunch of them or all the rest of them or all of them on another page, but put your most recent stuff, put the stuff that you really want to get work as. If commercial is your thing, but you also have some narration and some e-learning, put all of that on a separate page or farther down on the homepage, but put your commercial stuff at the top. You want it to happen. You want it to be there right away. You want it to click and function very quickly. Now, I'm not sure about your comment about the VoiceZam. Not sure if VoiceZam is going to get you business. VoiceZam, being the only product that is actually set up for the voiceover, allowing for easy downloads, not only for the individual track, but also the complete demo, allowing the viewer to get your contact information with a click, which again, you could have that on your website. But I mean, it's pretty nice if you have an agent or you have a couple of agents and you also want your own personal contact information and all be in one place. So, I don't know. I think VioPro, maybe you might have had a bad experience. And if you did, I would like to hear about it. But, oh, here's Deb. She got it. Hope you figured out you needed to push play. Oh, you guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. You got to push the play button. You know, you just assume things, and I shouldn't assume. You guys, I taught a class. I teach HTML and CSS, which are web page languages at community college here. And I had started a class recently, and we were all kind of getting up and running and just learning the very beginnings. And this Mac guy, because we were on PCs, this Mac guy just sheepishly puts his hand up and he's like, how do you turn the computer on? Two things. I had to laugh at him. I thought it was pretty cute. He's a very experienced graphic designer, but he works on a Mac. So there was that. Plus, it was an HP computer and it was black and the button was black and it's really pretty hidden. I had to look around when I first started using them, but I thought that was pretty funny. But you just assume people know how to turn it on. So which version do you have? Let's see. Anonymous 6826. Which version do you have? I don't know. Are you using VoiceZam? I need more information. I don't know what player you have. And all of them will tell you what version somewhere. Usually you can find that information in the help area of any of the plugins or any of the tools. They'll tell you which version you're using. Anon 1155. I was impressed with Bob's presentation at VoiceZam at Mavo 2015, but Podsnack looks great at a lower cost. Yes, true, except for no video, right? Why do you feel VoiceZam is better than Podsnack? I do like that VoiceZam gives categories with tabs if you specialize, aka children's medical. Does Podsnack do that? Does Podsnack give the categories? No. What you would have to do is here, I'm looking at it and I need to share that with you. Let me go back here and do a share. Here's the jukebox player. I think you would have to have a separate jukebox player for each category. So yeah, so if this were to be medical, you could do medical and then all your stuff would come under there and then you'd have another player. So, and again, you guys, it doesn't have to be jukebox. I'll go back to the examples here at Podsnack. You have all these options for appearance. So you can, I will tell you these mini players, they don't expand. This mini player here just plays as a mini. And I don't like that. Look at this. I don't like that idea. Simple, yes, but a little too simple maybe. So let me go back. So the Podsnack, they also have some other types of players, but I don't know if they'd be appropriate for you. Or maybe they would. They're kind of, some of them are kind of fun, like this one, if it comes up. You can click through. But it causes the viewer to have to, do this, which is on the one hand kind of cool. And then you get to the one you want, you just play it. But I don't know, maybe not appropriate for voiceovers, just depends. But you do have these other options. I'm bringing up some of the other demos here to see what they do. Come here, come here. So I would say, and there's not a lot of information on this website. So that's one thing. I think once you were to actually join, you gain access to more information. And of course, whenever you go premium on anything, you get support. I love that they have their support phone number right here at the top. So that to me suggests that there's some good support there. But I would say that each player is its own category. And then you have the demos within that category. If you have another category, you would have to have a different player. So, that's not entirely horrible. Again, it depends how many things you have. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, gotta go. Yeah, I've gone well over my hour, you guys. Thanks for joining. I'm still here if you want to ask a question or leave a comment or anything, that's fine. Please email me if you have a question later on. I will be happy to answer it. My email is Kathy Cervatka. No, it's not. It's Kathy at. Let me get back to my world here. Hello. It is Kathy, CATHY at voiceoverwebdesign, all one word, .com. I'm looking over because I used to have a little sheet to hold up. Sorry. Kathy, CATHY at voiceoverwebdesign.com. Email me, or you can just go to my website and, click contact or email or whatever. And I'd be happy to answer questions for you. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, I kind of had I was going to get more into just a couple specific ones and maybe, place them, but I started looking and thinking there are so many players out there. Which one do you use? And I think they all have their pros and cons, like anything. It depends where you're at, how extensive your library is of demos, what your website looks like. because maybe some of these one would look better than another given the layout of your website. But just remember, keep those demos at the top of your homepage. Make sure they function well. If you have video, you don't have to use VoiceZam. You can, there's a YouTube plugin, and there's other plugins out there where you can insert your videos as well. You don't have to use VoiceZam. The only thing the only reason I talk about VoiceZam so much is because it's all in one place. You don't have to pick, get this code and upload files here, but get the code from there and that kind of stuff. It's all in one place. So I think that just makes it, easier, but it has a price. So that is it, folks. Thank you ever so much. I'm going to check one more time, see if there were any kind of comments, questions, going once, going twice. That's it. You all have a fantastic day, and thanks for joining me. And I got to work on whatever my next topic's going to be 2 weeks from today, 11 o'clock Central Time. And email me a topic if you want to hear about something specific. Otherwise, I'm going to come up with my own idea. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.